Hello friends, welcome back to our channel. So today we'll see one more concept in our computer networks, that is a remote procedure call. See, here the name itself indicates the procedure means some function or any service. Procedure means some function or any service. So what is the remote procedure call? That means calling a procedure which resides in a remote computer. So we are having two computers connected over a network. So if one computer wants to access the service provided by the another computer, so we are giving some work and that work will be executed by another computer and we are getting the result. So that is called a remote procedure call. So this process is similar to our user defined functions. So whenever the control executes the function call, it goes to the function definition and result will be getting to the calling function. The same way here we are having a two different systems. If you are talking about the functions, functional programming in C, so the complete functions will be in the same computer, but here the remote procedure call, so the function definitions will be available in another computer. So we are acquiring the services of another computer. So the definition means calling a function or a procedure, you can write it anything, function or procedure or a service, calling function which is available in another computer. So in another words, in a simple words, what we can say means a computer acquiring the services. Sorry. So one computer using the services of another computer over a network. So the network is most important. The network is most important. Okay. So here mainly it involves some four steps. Okay. So let us write that steps. So one is a client program, client stub, network, server stub and server. So this is the process done in RPC, remote procedure call. So we'll see what exactly the steps will be done in all these cases. Okay, so client stub, network to server stub and server stub to server. See what happens. I'll give you a simple example. Let us let us tell you an example so that you can understand. So you are going to an ATM and you are just using get balance function. So if you are using the service called get balance function, so what happens here? So automatically one procedure will be called like get balance. So where our accounts will be stored, that will be stored in the bank server. Okay, not in the ATM, right? So in the bank server our details will be there, our account details will be there, but we are using this get balance in the ATM machine. Okay, ATM machine is not a server, right? So what happens, this request will be went to a bank server, and we are getting, and process will be executed and immediately we will be getting the balance, whatever the balance we are getting towards the ATM. So that means one computer, that means ATM, using the services of another computer just by accessing a small function. So yes, so hope you got some idea about remote procedure call. So I'll write a steps. Step 1. What is the step 1? Let us take a client as one computer and a server as another computer. So client calls a function. Client calls a function. Let it be this get balance function. Get balance function. What is the step 2? What we are saying? So the process will be executed on another computer over the network. Over the network. That means the system should be connected to the network. So what is the step 2? So the request will be sent to the client stub. Request will be sent to client stub. So here the another term called client stub. So what is the client stub? It is a representative, just acting like a representative of server. You are correct. The representative of server on client side. On client side. And server stub is representative of client on server side. Okay, so these two will be on client side, these two will be on server side. So client side, server side. Okay, so client stub is a representative of server on client side, representative of client on server side is a server stub. So request will be sent to the client stub. Now what happens? So here the function will be in this format. That means there will be some function name as well as some parameters also. Here the parameter is an account number, right? So along with the function name there will be some parameters. So that will be converted into message which can be transmitted towards the network. So the same thing cannot be transmitted over the network, right? So there will be one format that will be accepted to transmit in the network. So that work will be done by the client step. So here, so it converts function with parameters to message or network message. So we can simply write it as network message. So unless you convert this particular function name and parameters to the network message, it can't be passed through the network because it should be passed through the network. Next, step 4. Step 4. Now network message will be passed to server. That means it transmitted to server. So now what happens? Server stub will be giving the response for this one, right? So receiving the request. So server stub will receive the message. Whatever the network message we are sending, that will be received by the server stub. Now what happens? Again, the server stub will be extracting the data from the message, because in order to execute in the server, that should be in the form of function call, but we are getting in the form of message. So that extraction will be done by the server stub. So server stub converts message to function with parameters, function along with parameters. Now step 7. So function call will be sent to server. Now the function call will be sent to the server, right? Next, step 8, what happens? Server executes the program. Server executes the program and return the result. Return the result. So where the result will be gone? So the result will be sent to again server stub. Now server stub will change the result into the network message, and that will be received by the client stub. So that will be transmitted towards the network, and client stub will be receiving the message got from the server. And now the client stub will be extracting it uh, to send the result to the client. So this is the procedure, and here the conversion of function along with the parameters, right? So we are saying the client stub will be converting the function with parameters to the network message, and this is called as a marshalling. This process is called a marshalling. And here in the server stub will convert the message to functions, and this is called unmarshalling. Unmarshalling. So simple example for this marshalling means, so before you send any courier, what happens? The complete data will be packed with the labels, right? So that is called a marshalling. So once the packet or the order received, the receiver will be unboxing the data, right? So that is marshalling, unpacking the data. So packing of data or unpacking of data, we can also write in this way: packing of data is called a marshalling, and unpacking of data, unpacking or unpacking of data is called unmarshalling. So this is the process of this particular remote procedure call. So the first, that there will be a client program, and it will be sent to the client stub, just now we have said. So that will convert into a message, and that particular message will be routed to in the network, and it will be received by the server stub, and it will be sent to the server. And once again the server execute the program, and it will be sending to the server stub, and server stub to network, and network to client stub, and client stub to client. So this is a process of remote procedure call. With a single sentence we can say that one computer using the services of another computer. So in one computer we are calling the procedure, and that will be executed by another computer, and we are getting the result. So this is called as a remote procedure call, right? So hope you understood. I'll stop here, and hope you enjoyed the session. And if you are having any doubts regarding this one, feel free to post your doubts in the comment section. Definitely I will try to clarify all your doubts. If you really enjoyed the session, like my session, share my session with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. Thank you very much.